Jimmy Savile, and 13 allegations of sexual assault and abuse have been made against the most evil man in England to various police stations around the nation over the course of just a few months. Not a single one of those reports, however, had resulted in any sort of investigation.
That's why we should give those cops. That's the thing. Wouldn't it give them confidence to work harder?
Well, partly, this was due to the fact that even though Jimmy was just starting to get famous, he had already formed numerous meaningful connections with law enforcement. Even worse, it's likely that the coppers were letting Jimmy know that people were making reports. But instead of stopping his increasingly monstrous behavior, it seems like Jimmy Savile figured that he needed to do a bit of public relations, something to bolster his public image and convince the people of Britain that he was a good person, if a strange person. Charity would become Jimmy Savile's most effective camouflage. But before Savile came to be known as the most successful philanthropist in England, he had his mother, aka the Duchess. The Duchess became Jimmy Savile's constant companion at film premieres and on holidays. And even though Jimmy Savile spent a lot of time on the road in his caravan, he would live with his mother whenever he went back to his home base in Leeds. This, however, was not because the Duchess was pleasant company. The Duchess was cold and unpleasant to everyone, including Jimmy. And anyone who came into Jimmy's orbit when the Duchess was around got treated like a pimp who was just trying to squeeze money from her son.
You know, it's so hard with momagers because they get so involved and they do ruin the whole crew. It ruins the set having them involved.